Hello student, this is the Sangeeta Mansukhani, video number 153. In this video I will be explain NCERT exercise question. Question number 8. An antifreeze solution is prepared from 222.6 gram of ethylene glycol, C2H6O2 and 200 gram of the water. So calculate the molality of the solution. If the density of the solution is 1.072 gram per ml, then what shall be the molarity of the solution? So we have to find molarity. So for the calculation of the molality, okay, first calculate the molality, then after molarity. So first we have to find calculation of the molality. So mass of the solute ethylene glycol given 222.6 gram and molar mass of the ethylene glycol C2H4O2, carbon 12 atomic mass multiply by 2 plus hydrogen 1 multiply by 4 and oxygen multiply by 16 multiply by 2. So 62 gram per mole. Then amount, number of the solute here, solute mass divided by the molar mass. Number of the formula is small n is equal to small m divided by capital M. So small m, that is means given mass, and divide by molar mass. So value come 3.59 mole. Then mass of the solvent 200 gram of the water. Then molality, number of the moles of the solute dissolved in the 1 kg of the solvent. This is the formula of the molality. So number of the moles of the solute 3.59 divided by the mass of the solvent 200 gram into 1000. So 17.95 mole per kg. This is the molality. Then second, calculation of the molarity. Molarity we have to require total mass of the solution. So mass of the solute and mass of the solvent. Mass of the solute given and mass of the solvent also given. 222.6 plus 200 is equal to 422.6 gram. Density of the solution given in question 1.072 gram per ml. Okay, so volume of the solution is equal to mass upon density. Mass 422.6 gram divide 1.072 gram per ml, so is equal to 394.2 ml. So molarity is equal to number of the moles of the solute dissolved in 1 liter. So 3.59 mole divided by 394.2 ml into 1000. So molarity is 9.11 capital M. Molality represented by the small m and molarity represented by the capital M. Next question is, a sample of the drinking water was found to be severely contaminated with the chloroform CHCl3, supposed to be a carcinogen. So the level of the contamination was 15 ppm by mass. So first is express this in percent by mass. So first calculation of percentage by mass. So concentration of the chloroform given 15 ppm. So 15 ppm, what is the meaning of the ppm? So that is means parts per million. Okay, 15 parts by mass are present in 10 raised to power 6, 1 million parts by mass of the solution. So percentage by mass, number of the parts by mass present in the 100 part by mass. So 15 into 10 raised to power 2 divided by 10 raised to power 6. So 15 into 10 raised to power minus 4%, it is the percentage by the mass. Then determine the molality of the chloroform. Okay, so chloroform. So calculation of the molality, mass of the solute in 10 raised to power 6 gram solution 15 gram. Okay, so mass of the solvent 10 raised to power 6 minus 15 is equal to 10 raised to power 6 gram. Molar mass of the solute chloroform CHCl3, carbon 1 into 12, hydrogen 1 plus chlorine, atomic mass is 35.5 multiply by 3. So 119.5 gram per mole, it is the molar mass of the solute. Then after moles of the solute in 10 raised to power 6 gram solvent, so given mass 15, mass of the solute divided by the molar mass of the solute is equal to 0.125 mole. So molality is number of the moles of the solute dissolved in 1 kg solvent. So 0.125 moles of the solute dissolved into the 1 kg, that is means 1 kg solvent. So 0.125 divide 10 to the power 6 into 10 to the power 3. So 1.25 into 10 to the power minus 4 m. Small m, that is means molality. Clear? Then next question is, what role does the molecular interaction play in a solution of the alcohol and water? What role does the molecular interaction play in a solution of the alcohol and water? So water and alcohol both have hydrogen bonding. You already know about water and alcohol both have hydrogen bonding. And whenever mixing the two, so hydrogen bonding between the water and alcohol molecules help in the dissolution process. However, during this solution process, the strong association between the water molecule due to the hydrogen bonding so becomes weak, and as a result solution show positive deviation from ideal behavior. Okay, and the vapor pressure of the solution is higher and the boiling point is lower than expected from the ideal behavior. So this is the main molecular interaction play in the solution of the alcohol and water. So this is the main difference. Okay, so the strong association between the water molecule reason hydrogen bonding. Okay, but whenever becomes weak, as a result the solution show positive deviation from ideal behavior, and the vapor pressure of the solution is higher and the boiling point is lower than expected from the ideal behavior. Next question is question number 11. Why do gases always tend to be less soluble in liquids as the temperature is raised? Why do gases always tend to be less soluble in liquid as the temperature is raised? What is the meaning of this question? That is means whenever temperature increase, so why liquids are less soluble? Gases always less soluble in liquids. So reason is dissolution process, because this solution process of any gas in a liquid is exothermic. This solution process of any gas in a liquid is exothermic, that is means energy release. According to the Le Chatelier's principle on raising the temperature, the dissolution equilibrium. Okay, so gas and liquid solvent, gas dissolved in the liquid solvent, so convert into the solution. So this process is exothermic reaction. But this is the shift in the backward direction while decrease the solubility of the gas. Next question number 13. The partial pressure of the ethane over a solution containing 6.56 into 10 to the power minus 3 gram of ethane is 1 bar, and if the solution contains 5.00 into 10 to the power minus 2 gram of ethane, so then what shall be the partial pressure of the gas? Again I say, the partial pressure of the ethane over a solution containing 6.56 into 10 to the power minus 3 gram of ethane is 1 bar. And if the solution contains 5.00 into 10 to the power minus 2 gram of ethane, so then what shall be the partial pressure of the gas? So reason is solubility, because solubility of a gas is related to its equilibrium partial pressure according to the Henry's laws. Okay, and Henry's laws according solubility of the gas related to the equilibrium partial pressure. Solubility of the gas denoted by small m and partial pressure is denoted by P. So m directly proportional P. Okay, so small m mass of the gas dissolved in the unit mass of the solvent, and P is equilibrium partial pressure of the gas. So mass of the solvent is the same in the both cases. So m1 divided m2 is equal to P1 upon P2. So whenever find to the P2 partial pressure, so formula is m2 P1 divide m1. Given in first case m1 is equal to given 6.56 into 10 to the power minus 3 gram, and P1 is equal to also given 1 bar, and in the second case m2 given but P2 not a given. So P2 find the this by this formula 5.00 into 10 to the power minus 2 m2 value, and then P1 value 1 bar divide m1. So 7.62 bar, it's the partial pressure in the second case. Question number 15. An aqueous solution of the 2% non-volatile solute exerts a pressure of 1.004 bar at the normal boiling point of the solvent. And what is the molar mass of the solute? An aqueous solution of the 2% non-volatile solute exerts a pressure of the 1.004 bar at the normal boiling point of the solvent. And what is the molar mass of the solute? So pressure of the vapor pressure of the water at its normal boiling point 100 degrees Celsius, P naught is equal to 1 atm is equal to 1.013 bar. This is the at its normal boiling point. But vapor pressure of the solvent solution, this is the vapor pressure of the water solvent. But vapor pressure of the solution given in the question 1.004 bar. So relative lowering in the vapor pressure formula is P naught minus P divide P naught is equal to X solute, and P is denoted by the number of the moles. So N2 divide N1 plus N2 approximately equal N2 divide N1. So N1 and N2 is equal to number of the moles. So both are and W upon mass, mass upon molar mass. Okay, so N2 W2 divide M2 and N1 W1 upon M1. Okay, so we put the value P naught is equal to 1.013 bar and P is equal to 1.004 bar. Okay, and mass of the solution 100 gram. So we put the value mass of the solvent 100 minus 2 98 gram and mass of molar mass of the solvent 18 gram per mole. Putting these values, so P naught mass of the solvent vapor pressure of the solvent 1.013 minus, then this is the solvent pressure and then this is the solution. So 1.004 divide 1.013 is equal to W2 2 gram into molar mass of the solvent 18 gram divide W1 98 into M2. So M2 we have to find by this formula. Then calculate 2 into 18 into 1.013 divide 98 multiply 0.009. So is equal to 41.35 gram per mole. This is the mass of the solute. So first we have to write formula, then apply putting these values. Question number 16. Heptane and octane form an ideal solution. Heptane and octane form an ideal solution. At 373 Kelvin, the vapor pressure of the two liquid components are 105.2 K Pascal and 46.8 K Pascal respectively. What will be the vapor pressure of a mixture of 26.0 gram of the heptane and 35 gram of the octane? So we have to calculate first mole fraction. So mass of the heptane given 26 gram and 35 gram of the octane. So first we have to find for the heptane. So mass of the heptane given 26 gram and molar mass of the heptane. Formula of the hept means number of the carbon 7. So formula you already known about. Alkane general formula is CnH2n plus 2. Okay, n is equal to 7. So add 2 into 7 14 plus 2 16. Okay, so heptane formula is C17H16. Molar mass 7 into 12 plus 16 into 1 100 gram per mole. Then moles of the heptane formula you already known about. N is equal to small m divide capital M. Given mass divide by the molar mass. Given mass 26 divide by molar mass 100. So 0.26 mole of the heptane. Then mass of the octane. So octane is C8H18 given mass and then molar mass 8 into 12 plus 18 into 1 is equal to 114 gram per mole. Then similar we have to find moles of the octane is equal to given mass 35 divided by molar mass 114 is equal to 0.31 mole. So total moles is heptane and then octane 0.26 plus 0.31 is equal to 0.57 mole. So mole fraction of the heptane, X heptane is equal to moles of the heptane divide the total moles. So 0.26 moles of the heptane divide total moles 0.57. So 0.456 mole fraction of the heptane. Similarly for octane minus 1 minus 0.456 is equal to 0.544. This is the mole fraction of octane. Then what will be the vapor pressure? So first we have to find calculation of the mole fraction, then after vapor pressure, because vapor pressure related to the mole fraction. So it is necessary to first find, we have to mole fraction. So calculation of the vapor pressure, heptane vapor pressure given 105.2 K Pascal and X heptane is equal to 0.456. Then partial pressure of the heptane is equal to P naught dot X heptane. So partial pressure of the heptane multiplied by the mole fraction. So 47.97 K Pascal. Then similarly for octane, partial pressure multiplied by the mole fraction 46.8 K Pascal multiplied 0.544. So 25.446 K Pascal. So pressure total P heptane plus P octane. So total pressure is 73.43 K Pascal. Clear? So first we have to find calculation of the mole fraction, then after vapor pressure related to the mole fraction. So then easily we have to find partial pressure. Then question number 17. The vapor pressure of water is 12.3 K Pascal at 300 Kelvin. The vapor pressure of the water is 12.3 K Pascal at 300 Kelvin, and calculate the vapor pressure of the solution of a non-volatile solute in it. Okay, so find the vapor pressure. So 1 molar solution is equal to 1 mole solute dissolved in 1000 gram of the water. So molar mass of the water 18 gram. So moles of the water, N is equal to small n. Small m divide capital M. So total given mass 1000 gram divide 18 gram. So 55.55 mole, and moles of the solute is 1. Okay, so total moles is 1 plus 55.55. So 56.55. So mole fraction of the water. Moles of the water divide total moles. So moles of the water 55.55 divide 56.55. So this is the mole fraction of the water, 0.98. Since vapor pressure of the solution is only due to the water solute being non-volatile, so P is equal to P naught H2O dot X H2O. So vapor pressure for solvent 12.3 K Pascal given in the question, multiply mole fraction 0.98. So 12.08 kPa vapor pressure of the solution. Next question number 18. Calculate the mass of a non-volatile solute. Calculate the mass of a non-volatile solute. So molar mass 40 gram per mole, which should be dissolved in 114 gram octane to reduce its vapor pressure to 80%. Calculate the mass of a non-volatile solute, and solute molar mass given 40 gram, and which should be dissolved in 114 gram octane to reduce its vapor pressure to 80%. So vapor pressure of the octane is reduced to 80% if its vapor pressure from the solution P, and then vapor pressure in pure state P naught. So solute 80% is equal of P naught is equal to 0.80 P naught. So as for solute P naught dot X octane, so X octane is equal to PS upon P naught. So 0.80 P naught is equal to P naught. So 0.80 mole fraction for octane. So mole fraction of the solute 1 minus 0.80 is equal to 0.20, and molar mass given 40 gram. So let its mass be W gram. So number of the moles of the solute W upon 40. Okay, so molar mass of the octane C8H18. So 8 into 12 plus 18 into 1, 114 gram per mole, and mass of the octane 114 gram. So number of the moles of the octane given mass divide molar mass. So same given mass and molar mass, so is equal to 1 mole. So total mass is equal to 1 plus number of the moles of the solute W upon 40. So 40 plus W upon 40. So mole fraction of the solute W upon 40 divide 40 plus W upon 40 So is equal to 0.2. So W is equal to 0.2. 40 plus W is equal to 8 plus 0.2 W. Then we have to calculate. So 10 gram come. This is the mole fraction of the solute. Question number 19. A solution containing 30 gram of the non-volatile solute exactly in 90 gram of the water has a vapor pressure of 2.8 Kelvin Pascal at 298 Kelvin. Further 18 gram of the water is then added to the solution and the new vapor pressure becomes 2.9 kPa at 298 Kelvin. So calculate. First is molar mass of the solute and second vapor pressure of the water. So first we have to find the capital M molarity, because here given first vapor pressure and then second further 18 gram of the water. So two types of the solution. So applying Raoult law to the first solution. First solution, vapor pressure of the solution given 2.8 K, mass of the water 90 gram and then molar mass of the water 18 gram. So moles of the water is equal to 90 divided 18 is equal to 5, because given mass, and then mass of the solvent and divide molar mass. So molar mass of the solute, same 30 gram mass of the solute. Okay. So moles of the solute is equal to N solute is equal to 30 divide M moles. So total moles is equal to 5 plus 30 divide M. So 5M plus 30 divide M. So mole fraction of the water XH2O is equal to NH2O upon N total. So is equal to water moles 5 divide N total 5M plus 30 M. So 5M divide 5M plus 30. According to the Raoult law, solute vapor pressure is equal to P naught water dot mole fraction. So mole solute pressure given 2.8 is equal to P naught H2O and mole fraction 5M divide 5M plus 30. Then applying Raoult law to the second solution. So addition of the 18 gram water increases its moles by 1 to 5 plus 1 is equal to 6 mole, because here given 18 gram of the water is then added to the solution and new vapor pressure. So 18 gram water increases its mole by 1 to 5. So plus 5 plus 1 is equal to 6 mole. So moles of the solute is equal to 30 divide M. So total moles 6 plus 30 divide M is equal to 6M plus 30M. Mole fraction X is equal to XH2O is equal to number of the moles of the water divide total. So 6M divide 6M plus 30 and vapor pressure of solution given 2.9 kPa. So from Raoult law, same as the procedure, PS is equal to P naught H2O dot XH2O. So solute pressure 2.9 is equal to P naught H2O 6M upon 6M plus 30. So calculation of the molar mass of the solute 2.9, equation number this one, equation number second, and this is the equation number first. So second divide first. So 2.9 divide 2.8 is equal to P naught H2O into 6M divide 6M into 30. Multiply P1 divide P naught H2O 5M plus 30 divide 5M. So calculate 6M 5M plus 30 divide 5M 6M plus 30. So 30M plus 180 divide 30M plus 150. So whenever we have to calculate, so 3M is equal to 69, M is equal to 23. 69 divide 3, so 23 gram per mole. So this is the only for we have to find molarity. But calculate the molar mass and the vapor pressure. So then we have to find molar. First calculate molar mass. So this is the molar mass, capital M, 23 gram per mole. Equation number second divide first equation. Okay. Then after calculation of the vapor pressure. So putting 23 gram mole per mole, we have to put this the equation number first. So 2.8 is equal to P naught H2O 5M. So capital M 23. So 5 multiplied 23 divide 5 multiplied 23 plus 30 is equal to 115 divide 145 dot P naught H2O. So calculate. So P naught H2O is equal to 3.53 K Pascal. So if this is the solvent pressure of water, 3.53 kPa. Then question number 20, a 5% solution by mass of cane sugar in water has freezing point of 271 Kelvin. So calculate the freezing point of 5% glucose in water if freezing point of pure water is 273.15 Kelvin. Again I say, a 5% solution by mass of cane sugar in water has freezing point of 271 Kelvin. Calculate the freezing point of 5% glucose in water if freezing point of pure water is 273.15 Kelvin. So first we have to calculate, because here given 5% solution of the by mass. So first calculation of the molality. Okay, so molality, first we require molar mass of the glucose cane sugar, C12H22O11. So 12 into 12 plus 22 into 1 plus 111 into 16. So 342 gram per mole. Mass of the cane sugar given 5%, that is means 5% solution, that is means 5 gram dissolved into the 90 gram solvent. So 5 gram mass of the cane sugar. Then moles of the cane sugar, small n is equal to small m divide capital M, given mass divide molar mass. So given mass 5 gram divide molar mass 342. So dissolve in the 95 gram water. So molality of the cane sugar M1 is equal to 5 divide 342 into 1000 divide 95. This is the molality of the cane sugar solution. Similarly, molality of the glucose solution. So molar mass of the glucose C6H12O6. So molar mass, then given mass 5 gram. So moles of the glucose 5 upon 180. So M2 is equal to 5 divide 180 into 1000 upon 95. So third is calculation, second one, calculation of the freezing point. So freezing point for the glucose cane sugar solution, freezing point 271 Kelvin given in the question. Okay, and freezing point water given 273.15 Kelvin. So delta TF1 is equal to 273.15 minus 271. So 2.15 Kelvin. So delta TF1 is equal to KF into M1. Okay. Then glucose solution, delta TF2 is equal to KF into M2. So dividing equation number second to 1. So delta TF2 divide delta TF1 is equal to KF into M2 divide KF into M1. So cancel is equal to M2 upon M1, cancel KF. So putting values of the KF and M2 upon M1. Okay, so delta TF2, delta TF1 given, freezing point of the pure water. Okay, so we have to calculate here delta TF 2.15 Kelvin, okay, is equal to KF into M2. Okay, so 5 into 1000 divide 180 into 95. This is the first M1. Okay, then M2. This is the M2. Okay, so M2 divide M1. Clear? So 342 divide 180. So calculate. So 4.08 Kelvin. This is the delta TF2. 2.15 multiply 342 divide 180. So 4.08 Kelvin. This is the freezing point of the solute. So freezing point of the solution 273.15 Kelvin. This is the pure water minus solute 4.08 is equal to 269.07 Kelvin. This is the freezing point of the solution. But this question I already explained in my notes. Okay. So last video I already explained, but again today I explain. So first you find moles of the cane sugar, molality of the cane sugar solution, then molality of the glucose solution, and then calculation of the freezing point. Clear? Question number 21, this is your homework question, because this is the same way. First molar mass of the solute we have to find, then depression also given, then for AB2 and AB4 we have to put the value and then subtract second to first. Okay, and then this is comes. See, one time try. If you have a problem, so please tell me. Okay. So 21 to 26 question is your homework. So please you try. If any question you have problem, so please tell me. Okay, by message. Thank you so much. Next question I will be explained in the next video.